Well, it's time to answer some of the questions that you guys left for me. And I can't wait to answer them, but before I start, just let you know I didn't get to every single question. And if you're one of those people who I didn't get your question to, I'm sorry, but there's like so many questions. And if you're gonna be all, Dre didn't answer my question, he doesn't like me, or be like, oh, he's a terrible person, and try to make me feel bad, then just get out, okay? Because I'm not dealing with that crap. But for those who didn't get their answer but understand about how there's so many questions I can't get to everyone, then thank you for understanding. Now, on with the questions. I think my favorite Arthur episode is the one where DW eats a potato chip and Arthur teases about how it could be poisonous. And yes, I do think it's sad that the show is ending, but honestly, it's probably for the best. Because if you look at other long-running shows like SpongeBob, Family Guy, the more they run, the more terrible it becomes. And Arthur almost got into that with some unlikable characters. So I'm kind of glad that the show is ending so it doesn't have to fall into that. My favorite Aqua Team character is Master Shake. He is hilarious. I even have a t-shirt of him giving the middle finger. Yeah, I'm still a fan of Baldi, and I still play the game once in a while, but since they don't really make any more games, I kind of lost interest. My favorite character from Shantae is Shantae, mostly because she's a more interesting character. I mean, so far, I haven't read anything that said that the other characters were that interesting. Never watched it. In fact, I just tried to avoid it. Because, let's be honest here, the movie is just a Banana Split ripoff. Like, from the Banana Split movie. Like, the crew, it's like they just watched the Banana Split movie, and they're like, hey, we could do that, but before getting copyright, we gotta make our own characters that look like a bunch of Chuck E. Cheese mascots. And they go around killing people, just like in the Banana Split movie or Five Nights at Freddy's. Everything is ripping off Five Nights at Freddy's nowadays. So, yeah, we can do that. So, yeah, it's nothing to say about this series or this movie. It's just a Banana Split ripoff movie. That's a tough one. I love cartoons. I love my family. I love McDonald's. I love Michael Jackson. I love mascots. I love merch. I'll break it down to just everything is my favorite. I played some Shantae games and a bit of Mario Kart. No, not at the moment. By the way, a little mini rant, but this game is really hard to play on an iPhone because while you're pushing the buttons, apparently you don't push them hard enough, or you gotta push them together. It's all confusing, and you just end up dying in the game anyways. Yeah, I started playing it a while back, and like I said before, it sucks to play it on an iPhone. My favorite type of music is the ones you hear from the 1920s or 30s, mostly because I kind of like history a little. And I love to listen to some anime music because I think it's a lot more catchier. Maybe. The problem is that people keeps comparing him to another character named Flip the Frog, which wasn't even the intention. But I try to make a dozen other designs for flippers to make him look more original. But at the moment, I'm kind of stuck. So he's kind of retired for a little while. Oh, that's a hard one because there's a lot that I love. If I had to pick a few, it'd probably be, I think one of them would have to be this Big Bird doll that I own that I got from Brass Armadillo, which is an antique shop. And this doll is pretty much how I got into Big Bird. It's actually been a while since I listened to K3 Sisters because I'm mostly busy making videos and all that. But there is one that is my favorite though, which I don't know the name of. I might leave a link to it. But at the same time, I don't know what the name of it is. So, yeah, sorry. Oh man, I mean, there's a lot of characters I like Big Bird and Cookie Monster. But if I had to pick my most favorites, it'd probably have to be Bert and Ernie. Because they're hilarious. And they seem to fight and struggle the same way as any other people would in the real world. Honestly, I think they're the most down-to-earth Muppets because of the way they fight and get along with each other. That, and I'm a fan of duo characters like Ren and Stimpy, Bunsen and Beaker, Chip and Dale, Tom and Jerry, and, all of those characters. And I know I keep hearing about the gay thing, about them being a couple, but honestly, even if that was true or not, I honestly wouldn't really mind. I mean, recently Sesame Street has shown some gay dads. Plus, if they can talk about things like divorce, autism, then I'm pretty sure they can be okay to having Ernie and Bert being in a relationship. Yes, I did. I saw it online. And it would be really cool if they actually did make an episode following around Walt Disney. But, obviously they probably can't due to copyright reasons. And Disney is really strict with copyright. McDonald's, Pizza Hut, lasagna, spaghetti, Chips Ahoy cookies, Cheez-Its, PB&J, donuts, M&M's, some of those chicken strips at Sonic. Yeah, I pretty much like junk food. That's a hard one because, I mean, it was a long time ago and I was a baby, so it's really hard to remember. But honestly, I kind of have to go with Teletubbies. I honestly think that's the most show that is from my childhood. Pretty much, Teletubbies is my childhood. I mean, it's pretty much something that I really loved when I was little, and would just jump up and down or go and place my face against the screen every time it comes on. Honestly, I think Fanboy and Chum Chum are okay. I mean, I know it's gotten a lot of hate, but honestly, I don't think it's the worst thing out there. The things that really inspire me to draw is mostly when I see or watch other Disney cartoons or Hanna-Barbera or Warner Bros. Cartoons, or when I'm watching cartoon documentaries of animators like Up Iwerks, like in the documentary The Hand Behind the Mouse, which is a great documentary. I highly recommend watching it. But yeah, it's mostly documentaries, making ofs, that pretty much gets me to go on and seeing other people's art. I also like to look at art from DeviantArt or from Twitter. That way I can look at it and try to see what I can do to improve myself. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Super Y. Like, even though I was little, I had some of the dolls, but honestly, it really wasn't my thing. Plus, when I look back at it now, it's very repetitive, and also the animation is kind of bad. I am aware of that, but I'm also a bit concerned about that YouTuber who makes the Bluey and Rosie videos. I mean, I checked back and he said he was moving, but it's been a while now, so I'm a bit concerned. Oh, that's a hard one, because there's a lot of animes I love when I watch Funimation. How about this? I'll show you on the screen of my favorite animes. I made a review on it a while back. It wasn't even that long ago if you want to go check that out. Let's just say I think people are over-hating it. Wow, that's a hard question. I'd probably bring maybe Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny, Garfield, Winnie the Pooh, maybe some characters from My Little Pony, Shantae, and maybe Grimace, Pikachu, Ren and Stimpy. There's a lot of characters. Like I said before, yes, I am a fan of Aqua Team Hunger Force. It's actually hilarious. And like I said before, my favorite character is Master Shake because he's hilarious. Heck, I even made a fan art of it a couple months ago. You know, at first I wanted to be an animator, but that requires a lot of people working. Honestly, I kind of want to do comic strips and kind of be in a mascot suit. I know I have weird dreams. My favorite Disney cartoon when I was little was The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh and a few Donald Duck cartoons. Oh gosh, I mean, I think I've been drawing since I was back in kindergarten. But I really got interested in drawing when I learned that that's how cartoons were made. It was mostly when I wanted to do a bit of a change on my channel, like maybe do more like plush videos, that way it could be a little more quicker. And also, I was getting into Sesame Street at the time, and I decided, well, what about if I just do that, but have them be random other characters? So that's pretty much how Plush Sweet Plush got into start. Not at the moment. I actually don't know. There's a lot of episodes from Pingu that I like. I guess it probably has to be the one where Pingu's grandpa gets chicken pox, and his little sister Pinga, and his mother goes over to help him feel better. But Pingu and Pinga are wreaking havoc, and their mother keeps on pestering them. Sometimes Pingu's a bad kid. I don't think I ever heard of it. I honestly don't know. I mean, most of their episodes are kind of the same, but with different stories. And there's a lot of great classic episodes that I like, so I'm kind of puzzled. McDonald's. I'm aware of that, but honestly, I don't really care that much. Yes, mayonnaise is an instrument. And so is horseradish. You weren't expecting me to say that, weren't you? Oh, and so is Toe Jam, disposable diapers, shaving cream. And why did I say that? I watched too much Ren and Stimpy. It's fine, but honestly, I like the first season better. I mean, by the time the second season and the rest of the seasons came by, it mostly got a little dull and a bit boring. And it always felt like they're trying to rush through the ending in most episodes. So yeah, honestly, I stick with season 1. Honestly, when I first heard about Let's Go Luna and that it was made by the same guy who made Rocko's Modern Life and that it was going to be on PBS Kids, yeah, you know, the creator Rocko, who mostly made all the adult jokes in a kids show, who was working on a show for PBS Kids. Yeah, I was hoping there was going to be some adult jokes in this, but honestly, there actually isn't, which I'm amazed. Considering that there's so many adult jokes in his other works like Rocko and Kent Laszlo, I was kind of surprised that this new series actually didn't make any adult jokes and actually knew that this was a children's audience, other than the previous shows that just made a bunch of adult jokes. I mostly like Tinky Winky and Po because they're really cute, probably the most cute ones, and I also like purple and red. They're my two most favorite colors. No, because, well, first off, they're kind of lost now because I didn't save them. And also, I just wanted to make a change on the channel. It's great, but honestly, it doesn't really mind me that much that I have that many followers. Because honestly, whenever you're a YouTuber, some people, they mostly just care about it's just how many subscribers they have. Honestly, this is why I don't try to say, please like this video or subscribe to this video. Because honestly, that kind of makes me ticked off. I know this is kind of silly, but I cannot stand it when people, like, right in the middle of their video, they start saying, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And I'm just like, okay, I don't care how many subscribers you got, okay? I don't care if you're popular or not. I just want to watch your videos, just get on with it, you know? And whenever there's, like, those YouTubers who are, like, begging for a subscriber, like, hey, let's see if we can get me to, like, 1 million subscribers. Honestly, that doesn't make me want to subscribe. It makes me want to unsubscribe. Because you're telling people to subscribe to your content when they haven't even seen all your content yet. And I know no other YouTubers are going to stop doing this, but here's a message for all of you. Stop telling people to like or subscribe to your channel, okay? It's annoying, especially in the middle of videos. Like, nobody cares how many subscribers you got. Nobody cares how many likes you got. They only come on your channel just to see your videos, and that's it, okay? They come to be entertained, not to know how many subscribers or views you have. Sorry for that little mini rant there, but just that when some people do that on YouTube, it kind of ticks me off. Honestly, I don't really care for Telly that much of a character on Sesame Street. And even when they tried to make him interesting or tried to make him popular by just shoehorning him in some sketches, it just doesn't work because he's not that interesting of a character. And he just kind of has a bland design. I mean, unlike Big Bird, Elmo, Oscar, Cookie Monster, Ernie, and Bert, who are more different characters with different personalities that are more relatable and more popular, with Telly, he's just kind of bland. And look, if you like Telly, then that's great. I respect your opinion. I'm just saying my own thoughts of why I don't care for Telly, or why most people don't really care for Telly that much. Honestly, I kind of prefer Family Guy better because it's more funnier. However, I will still watch Simpsons occasionally, and also mostly buy merch of Simpsons. What I really like are the Simpsons from the 80s on the Tracy Ullman show. I think they were more funnier there. Honestly, if the show only lasts for like a few seasons, then yeah, it could have been a good show, but honestly, it kind of just drags on and focus more on the other characters, which I don't really care of. I mostly just care for the family, and that's it. I think I'd probably go with Ren and Stimpy, because it's a lot more funnier. I mean, I love The Loud House, but honestly, I can't really watch it that much, knowing that the fan base are kind of assholes. I mean, I'm really excited for the movie to come out, and I really do think it's going to be good. But given that most people don't give much movies a chance anymore, maybe never mind. Well, like any other little toddler from the early 2000s, that's when I got into Teletubbies, when I was like really, really young. And I was just glued to the screen when it came on. And it was just one of those shows that I took so seriously and just felt kind of comforting and always kind of there for me. Like I said, yes, I'm going to miss Arthur, but honestly, it's kind of for the best. Mostly because when a show drags on for like SpongeBob or Family Guy, when the show goes on forever and the characters change and they become really unlikable now. Mostly, Arthur pretty much closely got into that because there are some characters from Arthur that I really do not like Muffy. Like, I cannot stand her. But yeah, I'm honestly kind of glad that Arthur is ending, mostly for the best. My favorite video game character is Sonic and Shantae. I got into Eleanor Wonders Why when I saw the ads on it for PBS Kids, and I saw it was the most cutest thing I ever saw on PBS Kids. I mean, it feels kind of chowder-ish, and yes, the banana splits are in it. I'm aware of that, but honestly, I don't really care that much. Besides, I'm pretty sure they're not really going to be the main characters in the show. It's mostly going to revolve around Yogi Bear and all that. So, come on. I mean, don't get too excited. I mean, it's mostly going to focus around Yogi Bear. At least I think it is. I mean, I haven't watched it yet. I mean, I kind of do, but honestly, he was making my channel a bit more QC and yeah. So, that's why I kind of got rid of him. Sesame Street, Boo Bah, PBS Kids, Nick Jr., and of course,
Teletubbies!
Wait, what was the question? Oh, no. That's not happening anytime soon. I mean, that would take a lot of work. Plus, I would have to come up with a plot and all that, and I'm not doing that. But I am hopefully planning on doing kind of like a mini movie special based on Winnie the Pooh's The Blustery Day. But however, everybody do not count on it. It's still a work in progress. I mean, it's not. I mean, actually, I don't even know if it's a progress right now. I say the aliens, mostly because they were kind of cute, and I've been never like back when around Toy Story 3 came out. I went to Toys R Us back when it was open, and bought a few alien toys, and they were really cute. Tinky Winky and Poe. Honestly, when I first heard about it, I kind of didn't care much for it, and honestly, I thought it was going to be crap. But after watching it on Disney Plus, okay, I admit, it was okay. It was actually kind of good. I actually did like the movie. It's kind of good. Yes, I know I was wrong. Yes. Don't rub it in. Oh, gosh. There's like a lot of movies that I like. Like The Little Mermaid, Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Step Brothers. That's a hilarious movie. Space Jam 2, which I like but everybody hates, but that's kind of normal. Chicken Little, which again everybody hates but I like, but again that's kind of normal. There's a lot of movies that I like, except for Holes. No, I hate Holes. That's the worst movie I ever seen. I hate it. Honestly, it's hard. I can't answer that. I mean, there's a lot of good movies out there that I like. That it's hard to pick one. So, yeah, this is a question that I can't answer. I'm sorry. Like I said before, I try to avoid it because it's just a Banana Splits ripoff. Actually, it's more like a Five Nights at Freddy Banana Splits movie ripoff. That's pretty much what it is. Tinky Winky and Pow. You know, that's an interesting story. So, it happened a long time ago. I was watching a VHS of Elmo and Grassland. I was watching the previews, and one of the previews was Muppets from Space. You know, that movie. And there was one scene in the trailer that got me curious. It was this scene.
The mothership is calling me home!
It was mostly because I saw Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. At first I didn't know who he was, but I saw it was kind of weird how this guy, he had like no eyes, but he has glasses for eyes, which I thought was a genius idea. And my mom pointed out like, oh, that's Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, and I wanted to learn more about him and all the other Muppets, and she showed me a VHS tape that had the original first Muppet movie that I watched, and that's how I got interested and loved the Muppets. Except for Miss Piggy. I hate her. I do like SpongeBob, but not as much as I used to. Mostly because the show is just kind of dull. And I found that there's a lot of characters that I really don't like who are just kind of mean to SpongeBob, like Squidward, Mrs. Puff. Mr. Krabs, not as much. I kind of don't like Mr. Krabs more because he's a greedy scumbag. But other characters like Mrs. Puff, I hate Mrs. Puff. She was so mean to SpongeBob. And Squidward, who is just kind of a jerk. Honestly, I don't like SpongeBob that much because the show is just kind of mean-spirited. Yes, I know. When I'm not making videos, I'm usually just drawing, watching some YouTube videos, or probably watching DVDs, or even VHS on my TV. Go outside on my swing and listen to music, or go swimming when it's summertime. Or even, sometimes, and please don't laugh, but play with stuffed animals. Don't judge me, I'm a child at heart. Oh, there's a few episodes of SpongeBob that I really don't like, that I don't even want to watch ever again. Like the one where Mrs. Puff tries to kill SpongeBob after inflating her. The one where Squidward is trying to have a relaxing Sunday, but SpongeBob and Patrick keeps bothering him. The one where SpongeBob and Pearl are at Glove World and her friends keeps making fun of her, saying that SpongeBob is her boyfriend. And Pearl is just absolutely just mean to SpongeBob. No joke. In the beginning of the episode, SpongeBob just says, "Hi, Pearl." And Pearl just go like, "Barnacles. SpongeBob, why are you talking to me?" I'm like, he's just saying hello to you. Why are you being a freaking jerk? Mostly there's some episodes of SpongeBob that I don't like, mostly because of how jerky the characters are, like Pearl, Mr. Krabs, Mrs. Puff, or even Squidward. Like, I don't know about you, but if I was SpongeBob, I wouldn't take all that. I would honestly told them off. I mean, I'm not even a fan of 101 Dalmatians, so I really don't care. Never got into Care Bears. Not even once. I mean, yes, I had a few dolls of them when I was little, but other than that, never got into Care Bears. Pretty much to say, I don't care for Care Bears. I need to stop with the puns. My favorite video game or video games is the Shantae games, Mario Kart, and Epic Mickey. And even some of the Sonic games. You know, that's a hard question because there's a lot of YouTubers that I like. Like Puppet Review Stuff, that's a funny YouTube channel. Nostalgia Critic, Glove and Boots, which I don't know if that's even a thing anymore. Prince Charming. There's a lot of YouTubers that I like. Why, thank you. I really appreciate the support. Honestly, I don't really have a lot, but I do have enough to know that I am a big fan of this show. I mean, if you were to meet younger me, my whole room was almost like filled with Teletubbies. I do still watch SML, even though it's not even good anymore. But my favorite videos are probably the ones with Trek, some with Jeffy, but I'm not a Jeffy fanboy. Or even some with Bowser Jr. when he's not being a little jerk. Well, I mostly deleted it because I saw it was too QC and yeah. So that's pretty much why I deleted the whole series. I only speak in English. However, there are some times where I was speaking a British accent, mostly because I feel like I have some part of British in me. Yes, I like Pokemon, and I want to catch them all. They're mine. They're mine. All of them. All the Pokemon, they're mine. You can't have them. None of you can have them. They're mine. I like Mario Kart, but that's only it.
MICKEYMOUSC. Does that answer your question, pal?
Is that what you want me to do? I no, seriously, is that really what you want me to do? Because I don't understand this whole thing you want me to do. I mean, if that's what you want, then you're welcome.